Hello guys, today in this video tutorial I'm gonna start working on a new sensor that is HYT939. Now to have a better perspective regarding the temperature sensor and the humidity sensor, what we're gonna do is to look over the website that is controleverything.com and here search for this particular sensor that is HYT939 and let's see what we got. It's a humidity and temperature sensor with plus minus 1.8% RH plus minus 0.2 degrees Celsius of temperature accuracy, as you can say, and these are some of its more features which are described clearly on the screen. Now you can also purchase the sensor from here. Further, I will be interfacing the humidity and temperature sensor HYT939 with a particle photon and I will be requiring a particle code for that. So what I'm gonna do is to go to the resource tab and after that click on the particle code sample and you will be able to download the code as a zip file from here. You can also have the code from GitHub and the repository there is Control Everything Community. Now let's make some connection regarding the hardware we would like to see next. Now coming to the hardware connections, we need first of all the requirement is of a particle photon which you are able to see on my screen, and here comes an I2C Shield. It's available on the website controleverything.com and the real reason the issue need to address is to make connections with other I2C devices and that connection should be a lot easier. That's why we use it, and now gently place over the particle photon over the I2C Shield. Now we need our sensor that is humidity and temperature sensor HYT939 and here comes a connecting cable. Now make the connection among the cable and the sensor and make sure that the brown wire of the cable should be connected to the ground terminal of the sensor, and same goes for the I2C Shield. Now the final thing is to power up the particle photon, and for that we require a micro USB cable just like this and gently insert it over the power jack, and we are done with the connections part. Now what do we require is to see the interfacing of the code and let's have it. Now for the interfacing part, first of all we require to have a look over the particle code, and for that log in to github.com and here we have to search for the official repository that is Control Everything Community, which you can see on my screen, and here we go. And here what do we have to search is HYT939, the humidity and temperature sensor, and this here is a particle code we are looking forward to explore. But before that, let's have a look over the instructions we need to pursue this code. As you can see, we have to log into a particle photon and set up the device according to the steps which are provided on this very link. Let's open up this link so that we can have a better look regarding the installation of the setup, everything right now. So note down all the relevant information and do that setup, and after that we have to download or git pull the code, and on the online ID we have to copy the entire code, and build.particle.io build is the link where we have to paste the entire code here, paste the code, save the, and done. After that the last part is to verify and flash the code on the particle photon, and the output code will be displayed in the form of logs at the dashboard. The output will be in the monitor, and dashboard.particle is the relevant link where you can have the output on the screen. Yeah, that's correct. Now what do we need is to have a look over the code. That's the particle code. It's a .in extension file, as you can notice, and in the code the first thing you notice in the code is that we have included the header files which are application.h and spark wiring I2C.h, and we have defined the address of the sensor that is 0x28. Then we have some variables initialized, as you can see. Again we have created some variables in the void setup function, and we have initialized I2C communication as master along with initialization of serial communication with the baud rate equal to 9600. Then in the void loop function we have sent the command to for the normal mode command, that is it's 0x80, it's a general mode, as you can see, and after that we are reading and requesting 4 bytes of data which comprises of humidity and temperature data. After that we have the conversion of the data into 14 bits and some of the formulas we have used which are clearly described in the datasheet for HYT939. Now what do we need is to show the output on the dashboard, and for that we are displaying relative humidity in percentage RH or temperature in Celsius and Fahrenheit scale. So this is how the code looks, it works, and let's see how it practically works. Let's have it. Now coming to the working environment where we have to show the practicality of this code, and for that the first step is to copy this entire particle code for the sensor HYT939 and open up the build terminal. Here what do we have to do is to create a new file, paste the entire code there, and then save it. Now here HYT939 is the name of the sensor, and here what do we have to do is to paste the entire code and then save the code, and now verify and compile the code and then flash the code. While flashing the code, we have to check for the magenta flash, which will confirm that code is good to go and we can have our output on the dashboard. So just now we have the magenta flash on the particle photon, and the successful notification of the flashing is at the bottom of the screen. Now what do we do is to open up the dashboard link so that we can have our output on the screen. And as you can see, we have the temperature in Celsius and Fahrenheit along with the relative humidity in percentage RH. Now when I apply my finger or blow some air over the sensor, you can notice the change in relative humidity along with the temperature in Celsius and Fahrenheit scale. Now when I again do that, you can see the changes again in the relative humidity along with the temperature in Celsius and Fahrenheit scales. So this is how the sensor responds. Now we want to show the application, the benefit and the features of the temperature and humidity sensor HYT939. Precisely calibrated, the HYT939 delivers an accuracy of ±1.8% RH and ±0.2 degrees Celsius. Further features are the integrated signal processing for measuring the physical parameters of relative humidity and temperature, the I2C compatible interface, easy interchangeability without adjustment, as well as mechanical robustness, chemical resistance, tube formation resistance, and long-term stability. The areas of applications for this particular sensor are medical systems, autoclaves, pressure dew point measurement, drying system, laboratories, and a lot more. Now, this sensor can be purchased and is easily available on the website controleverything.com, and you can have the code from the resource tab, and after that you can download the code as required. You can also have the code from github.com, and the repository there is Control Everything Community. Well, I hope you have understood everything, and in case of any further queries, you can reach us on controleverything.com and put your comments, show your comments on the community page. For blogs and articles which are relevant to this sensor or video, you can go to instructables.com, and to subscribe more video tutorials like this, go to our YouTube channel. In the end, I hope you enjoyed this video and have a good one yourself. Thanks a lot for watching.